I was just doing that while I was waiting because they didn't have... Because Twitch sucks.
Yeah, I believe I may no longer use Twitch. I may shut down my account with them. I am done with them. I've tried to use them multiple times in the past 3 months. Actually, 6 months now. And every time there's something wrong with them. They first stopped working on my phone, then it became a pain to use them on the PlayStation, and then I could record things and put them up, and now all of my recordings are gone. So, screw Twitch, I'm probably going to be done with them. I don't even like watching their shows that much, so needless to say, not a big loss.
Where am I sitting?
Well, you can come over there if you'd like.
That chair.
What? Chair. Oh, alright, I'll give you this chair. I need this straight edge anyway, I'm an old man. But we do have some updates. First of which, Commander Awesome was going to be telling me in the kitchen, because, you know, this is like family show, what's going to be going on with Luke Skywalker and how we get his new skin. Because without a skin,
cut it off!
Hey, quiet you. Without any skin, he's just rolling around on the floor screaming. Going, oh my god! Oh my god! You know, or whatever you would say if you lived in a force-fed universe, I guess. Oh my midichlorians! Anyway, so how's Luke's new skin work?
Well, it's from the new challenges, remember?
Well, yeah, but you said there's new challenges. I wanted to go through and...
Yeah, the challenges are for the Luke skin, Farm Boy Luke. It doesn't show in the menus yet.
What? Oh, darn it. Yeah.
Anyway, the challenges are going to run from October 10th to the 18th.
Okay. So make sure you're playing then.
And unlike the Leia thing, this is going to be a personal challenge. You have to complete it yourself. And it is what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for you to finish talking because I don't want it to be cut off here.
Okay. Well, how's it going to be cut off?
Because I don't want to miss what you're saying. I don't want distractions.
Okay.
So it's a personal challenge. It's not like with Leia where everybody had to contribute. There's going to be no time limit to pick it up, I'm assuming? I mean, you have to pick it up within that week.
Yeah. For the Luke skin, you need to get 150 kills in co-op.
Okay.
And for the emote for Darth Maul, him screaming, Kenobi! You have to capture 15 command posts on Felucia in capital supremacy.
Dang. Boy, they're not giving Darth Maul up for cheap. So, here's the next thing. I wanted to show you co-op because we learned so much playing this. As a matter of fact, the little guy's already looking to be handed the co-op game. Aw, how cute he loves playing. And that's including the fact he just handed me his new Nerf gun, which...
is awesome.
Okay, I guess I can't really call him little anymore. Because he's like adult size now, but... Is the younger one? Yeah, the younger one handed me his Nerf gun. It's like... He's still little enough, young enough, I guess. Like, it'd be a lot easier if you didn't grow so much. Anyway,
I mean,
he's
you're
still at the age
me.
where he would still probably fall asleep cuddling his new toy, and this would be certainly a toy to do so. It's a Elite Strife, which is just a beautiful thing. Oh, where are you starting with?
Chunky boy. Let's go.
But we're here to talk
Chunky boy.
But we're here to talk Star Wars, so...
Yeah.
Well, he's heavy, so he's chunky boy to me.
So yeah, I was going to be looking over some news as far as the show in the next couple of weeks.
I'd be rolling.
I am sitting with a fat stack of games next to me.
Fat stack?
Oh shoot, I want to talk more about co-op.
Eater
This is so darn cool now. Some of the things you can do.
Die! 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 Die!
First off,
Die!
you can start upgrading your harder things to upgrade, like heroes and vehicles and things like that, because it means you're going to consistently get a hold on them where you couldn't before. Honestly, this is so much better because you actually get the points counting to you and your goals, and I can't even begin to tell you how happy I'm about that. That's like the thing I've been begging for since the beginning of this. Are all the clones parkouring up the side? That is cool. That's like a player response. Actually, we're talking about if they made actual AI that was like really good. You know, people wouldn't actually be able to beat it. But yeah, so I was really excited about that. Have you been using your co-op to build your other stuff up, sir?
Yeah. I've been playing other games lately too.
Yeah, we were actually looking at playing original Battlefront 2 tonight, but again, I was saying I was having that issue with Twitch again, because Twitch is just vomit. Anyway.
Blizzard Man does all the things
Should I
that
be
a
calling
cord
Twitch
plug
vomit?
can.
No.
Really? I figured that would be within YouTube standards. I mean,
You can't say anything that's past what little Timmy could hear.
I come for trophies.
well, if little Timmy's just slow, maybe. Come on.
Like 2-year-olds. If
Oh.
the 2-year-olds would be upset by it, you probably can't say it.
I mean, that's your W.
Them either.
Yeah, both. Did I just?
Bosk already just leveled up.
Did he just like not?
What the? And I think you finally got your explosive shot for your rifle.
Really? Yeah.
Oh wait, I was thinking on Luke's account. Well, you got some kind of upgrade for it at least.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting to get some of that action for this gun anyway, too. If you can't tell, I think the heavy is like a favorite.
Like the problem with that rifle is, it's so weak without upgrades, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to get to the upgrades. But once you have them, it's like heaven.
Yeah, it's pretty decent on some. Nice way of AFK Joe. That's helpful.
You know, one of the things I'm looking at is some of the topics I wanted to talk about in future videos. That way, if, you know, we just start out, we're kind of having a meh day, and you don't have anything you want to add into it, we can go forward and say, hey, why don't we try this? And go forward with it and see if it's a topic that's worth doing. So, like, you know, some of the typical game topics I've seen are, let's try the game. Let's just show it off. Because, like I said, I got the big fat snack book here.
Fast ass.
And we got them on different platforms, too. So, like, there's GameCube. Actually, I gotta get copies. Find the copies.
You're not
I don't know
a
what
wizard.
happened.
Stop teleporting.
But I think we have these on PC, so...
No, I don't.
Really? You don't have these on PC either?
They weren't released on PC.
Crap. I'm gonna find them for sure. Rebel Strike and Rogue Leader, which are Rogue Squadrons 2 and 3, respectively. I've got some of the PS1 games. So,
I'm going to
Jedi
mull
Power
them.
Battles, The Phantom Menace, Dark Forces, Demolition, Rebel Assault. I mean, great games that look really weird by today's standards. I'm gonna maul them up. And of course, I got a big pile of PlayStation 2 games. And then on some days, if I can make YouTube do what Twitch doesn't appear to want to, which is work off my phone, I could probably make use of one of my son's computers and pull out some computer games they have. We have got also in the fun pile that I'm really looking forward to try some plug and play ones.
Try me. Try me!
Just saber throw the dude.
Fine.
Saber throw. Delicious.
He's like standing there for a second.
Menacingly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these Lego Star Wars games. Yeah, with those. Then another topic I was thinking of
Eat
is
'em, eat 'em,
things that
eat
are
'em.
similar to Star Wars, but not necessarily Star Wars, like the Star Trek. So we've got a whole pile of games you could just look at, and there's game comparisons, which are the best, which is the worst, which is the best one for the system. Compare new Battlefronts versus old Battlefronts, things like that. Or newer.
Oh, you got the heavy repeater.
Nice.
Nice. Come back here, you juicy biscuit.
Hey, does that mean, since he's got that weekend... Oh no, he has to pick up the award, doesn't he? Like, he can't just use it right now. Like, if he dies, he still can't use it, right? He has to get through the round.
AFK Jim
Actually,
decided
this
to do
is another
something.
thing I really actually like about this mode. I was just noting. The other players aren't... I don't know what they're saying. I don't care what they're saying. Nor do I want to know what they're saying.
But they still... But yet still there's an actual sense of cooperation with them.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about having 4 of them, because you don't get that clown that's just running. Or 5 of them. I think I'm ninja, so I'm gonna run around the bar. Like, dude, there's a gall.
Welcome, I'm retarded.
Hey, don't make fun of the tards.
Hey,
They're
they
way cooler than a lot of people.
shoot tards too. Remember that?
Yeah, there's a... I think that should just be a t-shirt now. People sell t-shirt merch. I'm gonna start making some merch for my channel, darn it.
God, no.
I just don't know who's gonna be able to print it without having a fit.
God, who's gonna be able to wear it without getting clubbed in the streets?
It's what you wear out on town when you want to get into a fight.
I mean, as far as SJWs are concerned, now we might as well be printing Hitler did nothing wrong on shirts.
Hitler had some good ideas. There you go. I mean, technically, he did Volkswagen. That's Hitler, believe it or not. On the other hand, I do have to point out, there is an eventuality of if you do enough, one thing bad enough, you are crap. And he did multiple things to make his bad, so it's worse than that. It's not like he just picked up a gun and shot into a crowd. He did way worse.
You hear that, YouTube? We still think
We
Hitler
still hate
is better.
Hitler.
Yeah.
But he is not worse than Donald Trump. There, YouTube. We know you wanted to hear that.
Oh, sorry.
Ow, man. Quit bouncing your chair into my leg.
Sorry, I'm a hyper banana. Get your potassium, kids.
No more bananas at supper time for you, young man.
Get your potassium. I don't even care that there's a grenade there. I can still kill you.
Sometimes he sounds like Sokka. You ever notice that? His name is Sokka. He will rock you.
Boom.
Let's get back to talking Star Wars, shall we?
Good job, yeah, plan.
You clearly didn't fight as intended.
No?
Prepare for a
What? Skipped.
Oh, punch the kid. He's
Skip
stealing
turn.
my game show. Let the kids play. What does he do? Run away with it. Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Rhine on. Check that
Oh
out.
yeah.
The funny thing is, he's like, I don't like playing this game because I'm not really good at it. He's probably the best one of the three of us. Oh, you said that last year, sir.
Oh, it wasn't as good last year.
Well, somewhat, but you're still better than either of us.
Yeah, but that's not much of an accomplishment.
I still like that one time. He jumps, he's like running through all the fire, jumps into basically a hole where everyone's standing, and just starts punching everybody in the head with his rifle butt and kills 3 people that way. Do I have to hit quit to go in?
No. You just have to wait.
Oh, I hate waiting.
Insert elevator music.
You know what we need to find? The music from... I think I got enough of that.
You don't want to play the Chunky Boy no more?
I love the chunk, but... Oh, I do have to play the chunk, because I got something here, don't I?
You got new weapons.
Where's my new weapons?
It's not here because this is the star card list.
You before the gun! Go down.
Improve zoom. Aww.
Dude, get
I
the
want my
new gun.
exploding
Get the new gun. You don't have much time left.
No, I don't want the new gun. I want the one that's going to be able to do cool stuff. The secondary fire's not even here yet. Alright. I'll use the new gun. What the heck? Actually, this is another great way of getting your guns and stuff going, you know? Oh, I have to get the map. Like nobody loves.
What? I love this map.
Nobody loves it.
No one at all.
The heck you talking about, man? This is like one of the best maps.
This map is really cool to play this. It's on, but I don't like it much because it just takes so long to, like, it's so spread out.
It's not that spread out.
You know, people can like whatever they like, Shay. And I see this map and I see dread. Dread, I tell you.
Give it to Shay.
I still want to play.
I can't tell if you guys are joking or not.
I honestly don't like it that much.
Oops.
Your legs fell off.
Alright, so I have to move forward because I'm old and blind.
Old blind man.
I don't like this. Yeah.
Shoot the darts, dude.
Yeah, don't forget the retarded clones. Don't forget the half-batch clones. Oh, man.
There's no creepers. Why is it on?
My underwear's got creepers. Leave it alone.
Oh, keep going now. Nice.
As you should.
Stuff is loaded, mind you.
What the heck?
Lag.
Oh man, I'm dying for lag again.
Why don't we discuss what else has been going on with old Star Wars?
That would actually be a good plan because that's actually one of the things I wanted to do with the channel is discuss more not gaming things, but like, yeah, anything really. But because there's a lot of stuff that just kind of bugs you in Star Wars sometimes. you know, you think about it, like, okay, well, what is going on Star Wars-wise that we actually are happy with? And sometimes that can be a bit of an issue. You know, like, obviously, one of the things I've been finding interesting is people's insane defenses for, like, Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy's decisions. Like,
And just The
you
Last
can't
Jedi in
dislike the movie or something. Like, you know what? I think it's perfectly reasonable to dislike it. The fact that everyone defends it's what blows my mind. Okay, not everyone, but... And the other thing is you can see a person's political affiliation by whether they like it or they don't, almost. Like, you're a normal person if you don't. You are a raging SJW if you do. That just seems to be the thing. There's almost like no middle ground.
Oh, great. Now you got him all mad.
Grenade armed.
The center is not secured soon. We will lose, and my plan does not allow for that.
So, I don't know. That was something that was kind of interest to me. I'm not sure what to think about it.
It's, like, some of their stuff just, like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, this is just like Empire, or this is just like the prequels.
Yeah, your arguments are really insane, sir. Can
Like-
you not make those anymore?
Like,
Grenades
people did not dislike the prequels as much as they dislike The Last Jedi. I'm sorry, but I'm not. But I don't see the comparison there.
Well, the
I
funny
know
thing
a lot
is,
more.
I
know
was
a lot
alive
more-
during a lot of these things, and I see people my age making these same bizarre statements. It's like,
I know, and I know a lot more prequel fans than I do Last Jedi fans. Like, a lot more. Like, and I have never met a single Star Wars fan that had a problem with Empire.
throwing grenade.
They just don't exist.
Sentry guns.
well, they may. I mean, there are people who have problems with these movies, but usually the problems are nowhere near as exaggerated as they are for the other films, you know? It's just... How do I put it? Like, people didn't like the Ewoks because they're an obvious marketing ploy. Okay. They don't like the Ewoks because it was a longer death scene for an Ewok than it was for the battle station. And there's a lot of things people didn't like about Jedi. There's a number of things people didn't like about Empire, that, though I think that was usually the arguably best one, but the one that almost all the salty fans of Johnson go for, they're like, oh, you know, it's just, you're being a toxic, masculine male kind of guy, and it makes this weird feeling. Like, no, dude. People just didn't like your film as much. It's not that bad.
To put icing on the cake, I think Rian Johnson may have actually said something like he didn't like Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it is masculine, and
Wow.
obviously that doesn't work for him.
Like, wow, dude. Wow.
Yeah, if you don't like one of the Star Wars films, maybe you shouldn't be the director.
Grenade armed.
maybe that's a weird opinion, but if you don't like the set of movies, why would you direct them?
And then there's the idea that
Unified battle plan requires you to capture the sector before the timer reaches zero.
somehow this film will be vindicated by time.
Oh, dude! Did he actually strike me? Strike me?
Like,
That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, that one, no.
like, first off, the prequels were not vindicated by time. It's just,
Ooh.
it's just,
It's the blue one. No, it's not the blue one. Darn
He's
it.
blue, da ba dee da da da, da ba dee da.
Unless you capture
I
this
was
sector
talking.
at once.
I
To
would
attack.
stop with the names. Each one.
Okay, this is a little weird to drive.
Success.
the pre-
Assault commands.
it's just that, it's just that, the first off, I don't think the prequels were really that hated in the first place. I don't see much evidence of that beyond just like people who really don't like anything beyond the original trilogy anyway, and just, you know, won't accept anything else that's Star Wars, and just like a vocal minority, and there's also the fact that the people who grew up with the prequels, well, have grown up, you know, but I'm not seeing that sort of thing happening with the sequels. Like, first off, there have been reports that merchandise sales for Star Wars are lower than they've ever been.
Well, of course, because it kind of sucks now.
But, like, it shows that kids are not getting into Star Wars as much as they used to. Suggesting that I don't think this is a generational thing at all. I think it's an actual issue of quality.
Ready to download final assault instructions.
Well, just because the people who like it didn't grow up doesn't mean that it's for kids. Wait, no, that isn't right.
And they call us man.
I overdid it.
You're right, though. And they call us man babies.
Well,
And they call us.
they wouldn't call me that specifically, just in large part because they're probably afraid of people like me.
The hunting ground.
At least they should be.
Your fight is fair.
And you know that new
I will
resistance ship?
but not cage you.
Oh, that's set in like sequel era. That
Yeah?
it's already been canceled.
What?
Yeah. Its second season isn't even out yet, and they already canceled it. Like, they're just going to release the second season, and then they're done.
Huh.
You see my specialty.
It sucked. It's
It's the SJW show. Everyone likes that.
I don't. From what I heard, it wasn't as much that. And more, that is more of if Well, like, first off, it was like they made it for like 4-year-olds, like freaking 4-year-olds, like.
Okay, that sounds pretty SJW so far.
And it was just boring in general.
Well, that's a distinct possibility.
But I don't mean like. And I don't. And by it was for like 4 and 5-year-old. I mean, like it literally was. I mean, was made for that age bracket apparently.
Yes, I just beat a Wookiee to death.
That's
Hey, I'm a Transnotion. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what we're about. That's what we're here for.
So, like, it wasn't them being like.
Oh, it wasn't them catering to idiots. They were trying to make a show for little kids. But no one was expecting that.
Yeah.
At least I didn't think so. No one advertised it that way to me, as far as I saw.
And that's the problem. People were expecting, like, the Clone Wars or Rebels, and we got that.
A big steaming pile of baby show.
And as I said, apparently it was just boring in general, too. Like, even getting past that, it was boring.
Sad, really. Okay, so next on the list here.
It's almost like they're trying to make that era suck. It's.
Well, the other end of it is, what if... wrap my mind around some of... Oh my god, some of the things that I saw that were really kind of sucky and a little startling to me. So, you know, Donald Trump has grandchildren, right? They're like little kids. Mark Hamill, of all people, made some derogatory comment about one of Trump's grandkids in a stormtrooper outfit. Like, you know what? It had always been traditional not to be a complete douche and leave people's kids out of the politics. And the fact Mark Hamill did it's like a real disappointment. Like, I thought he had more class than that. But, you know, people are defending him, of course. Like, oh, well, they're going to benefit from him, and they're going to grow up to be like him. It's like, no, they're not. Part of our country is you are an individual, and you will make your own decisions. There are plenty of people in our country who say had racist parents, or had, you know, slave-owning parents, and they turned around and became abolitionists or whatever, you know? There are plenty of people who, well, our country is also really pushing this many people as far as what they are anyway. Hey, let's throw down your little turret. You got it.
Good luck, turret.
When you think about it, it's just like it's like, you know, Trump's grandkids are going to be different people than Donald Trump. I can't see how that repeats, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense in the largest part of it. You know, some people are likely to be a repeat of their parents, but when you start getting the grandparent change, not likely. So you think about your grandparents, think about how you are. You're probably somewhat different. At the very least, a little different. I mean, not always entirely, but there certainly are things that change over time. And for him to hold, and for these other people to hold like a 7-year-old accountable for a 70-year-old's actions is pretty crappy, especially from Mark Hamill of all people. That was like really disappointing.
it's like all these people just subscribe to like the Hollywood idea of bloodlines where everybody is just the same.
Yeah. Or because they're related, there's a destiny that makes them connected. Like, there's a bloodline, yeah, but it's not like...
You don't necessarily have to follow it.
You can make your own decisions. People do that all the time. One interesting case, if you... I know this...
Not every family is like Back to the Future people.
Yeah, you're not going to have Marty McFly, or you're not going to have your relatives all played by the same three people, you know, over 200 years. As a matter of fact, in that line of thinking, I was going to say, if you look at Harry Potter series, that's actually some better character writing I've ever seen. The Black family, Sirius Black's family, is all Death Eater. And everyone expected Sirius to go that way. I was really disappointed when he didn't, but they also didn't realize is that his brother, Regulus, started off a strong Voldemort supporter, but changed. So even in fiction, this is not true. I know fiction seems more appealing to a lot of people, so I figured maybe I'd put that in. Like, I don't know. And I don't get where, you know, Hamill criticizes anyone for being rich. He's probably sitting on a fat bag of cash. You don't like his politics, that's fine, but, you know, at least be decent enough to leave his kids out of it, his grandkids or whatever. Like the little ones. But I don't know, I think a lot of people really want young people involved in their politics. It's like, it's not cool. Don't do that. Oh wow, that was some lag. Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting on this big fat stack of points I'm gonna have to figure out after this, aren't I? Well, this should be a flower in this room. So yeah, that was a little bit of an oddity though for Mark Hamill. Did anyone else think Mark Hamill was like that? Like, dude, you got something better to do than sit on the phone and watch Twitter for one thing. Who knew?
Yeah, I'm trying to do something more than Twitter on that night.
Like, couldn't you go out and like look at like cool artwork or go to a pet shelter or something constructive?
No, don't do that.
Wasn't trying to.
No, not to. It's hard not to.
I just flip shit.
Oh, almost got it. Almost got it.
Nice.
Yes. There's one down.
To use your abilities, Shay.
Yeah, I know.
Use your inabilities.
We're not going to use them against a single regular trooper, though. I'm not.
Oh, we do all the time.
They regen, Shay.
I know, but it still seems like a waste.
You know, and this is something I keep telling both you boys. Quit criticizing each other's gameplay!
I'm just gonna say, I was the one with MVP last round.
And I got second place, and Shay does fine, so be nice, man. Yeah, but some jokes are a little harsh. Ooh. So what else have we got in Star Wars news?
George Lucas, his, statements about the sequel trilogy.
Well, you know, one of the things I heard that he stated, though, one of the disappointments is he wanted to see more about metachlorines, which is great.
But he might have. You never know. I mean, he might have actually made it into something actually interesting. But we'll never know now, because Disney decided to not use his stuff.
Well, he sold it. Their prerogative.
But
On the other hand, since they're making it into a dumpster fire, I don't know, maybe they should have listened? He's not the best romance writer. As a matter of fact, it surprises me that he was not only married once but twice, but... Like, honestly, how do you, think Hayden Christensen, think getting a second marriage out of that kind of action? Kind of amazing, really. Well, good for you, George. It's impressive. I've been thinking of you. You've been in my dreams. Oh, God, George.
I would have to say it's not a good friend.
I don't know, though. He looks like such a really nice guy in general, though. And, like, I don't know if you guys remember this, but do you remember the Robot Boxing League? Where George Lucas's daughter was in it?
The sector is not secured right away.
Because that was actually, you know, kind of an indicator of the guy he is. You know, he's really quiet and reserved. He's kind of a nice dad for the most part. Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe he's tweeting Trump's grandchildren too, but I don't think so. We're gonna go with that. Wow. Boy, you make this thing work good, Cher. How come I play this thing no matter what? Well, I haven't played this in this game yet. Now I'm thinking about it. I honestly, playing this in the other Battlefronts, I have gotten to dislike it so much I stopped playing it. Which is a bummer, because I love the Droidicas in the movies. And honestly, graphically speaking, this is the best of all the Droidicas. It shouldn't come as a surprise, but... let's face it.
I think it plays the best too, honestly.
Chewy.
Yeah.
Just very
Just
smooth
chewy.
to me.
After EA's first run of Chewy, anything seems a possibility. So I'm going to drop out of this. We're going to be calling this a night here pretty soon.
I want to play another round.
I'm not going to say we're not going to play another round. I'm just saying we may call it a night unless...
My turn.
No, I'm going to be starting to re-up the characters, and then I'm going to put a stop on it. Maybe we can make a second round or something, but you know. Whoa! Enforcers level 4 to 8. Of course, I've never really... Oh, it's on double XP bonus? Man, I should probably start working up a lot of my characters soon, huh? At the very least, I'm going to like go through and see what some of the things are, because that's always kind of the... I don't know. Do you guys enjoy doing this like I do? Like where you go through and you're like, I got all these skill points and you start fiddling around with it kind of thing?
Sometimes. But anyway, George Lucas.
Yeah, what's up with George?
Well, I told you the other day, remember? So,
Well, you didn't tell these people though, so you want to...
Well,
That's as far as I know.
Well, we finally learned what he really thinks about the sequel trilogy and just Disney in general.
Oh, okay, I thought it was on something on top of this, but yeah. You know, that's one of those things, though, because I've seen a number of people say this, and I really want to see where it goes with, I'm just going to pull both and not use them. You know, sourcing is a big thing to me. I'm not sure if that's, you know, the same for you guys, but... Like, did we actually see George say it, or was it like in a written interview? 'Cause that's one of those things that's...
What's weird is this came directly from Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney himself.
Really?
Yeah. Which makes me think, what is he leaving out? What is he...
What? Iger came forward and said this.
Yeah, this was in his personal memoirs. Which again, like I said, what did he leave out of this? That's what I'm wondering.
I think I'm gonna go over and get expert weapons handling so they last longer. But that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That really kind of goes what Disney usually does, which is, hey, let's hide our problems and sweep them under the rug kind of thing.
And, yeah, like, yeah, George, like, said he felt betrayed when they didn't use his version of the sequel trilogy, because while it wasn't written in the contract that they would, apparently, like,
Verbally, it was indicated.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I had been hearing, but I thought, you know, people talk. Everyone talks, especially when it comes to Lucas.
And he's
What the heck? 10-2, 10-2, 5-5? I don't recall seeing that before.
and he's and furthermore, apparently he when he actually watched the sequel movies, apparently he pretty much hated them.
Well, at least
Like,
he's in good company, which
Yeah.
I'd say about 70% of Star Wars fans
and
either disliked or were unimpressed
he said
or outright hatred.
he said even the Force Awakens, he didn't like that it didn't do anything original.
Well, there's one original thing it did. It sucked so bad it made the next Star Wars movie a failure. Unless I'll put that in. Because really, I can't think of another Star Wars movie that had that, you know? Think of Star Wars movies that have lost money.
Rip.
Alright, Luke, you usually like these, so what have we got?
More rocket.
Improve rocket. And upgrades at 12, so I got nothing. Alright,
No.
that's why I'm sitting on this.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so that being the case, I think... Oh, sometimes popping the method.
I'll crack it for you.
So the question is, for those of you
Chunky boy.
out there who actually play the game other than us, do we want to go to the TL50, which will eventually get us the secondary fire bonus, or the DC-15 LE,
I'll go for LE, but
because that's got the explosive shot. Due to the volatile nature, though, the blaster heats up significantly faster.
it doesn't. They're making that up.
If you look at the cooling power there, Boo, actually it goes down 3 units, which is significant.
Yeah, but you don't need to shoot more if they're already dead.
Well, that's true. Now, personally, I think I may go in this direction. But tonight, since the TL50 is kind of new to the fold, we're going to stick with that for our own play. I'm going to make a recording of this real quick here and continue in a moment. That way it's on YouTube as a permanent. Alright. Luke,
Yes.
next game of co-op is yours.
Yeah. You hold that.
And then I think I'm going to give another one to Shay. And then we'll say our
In the
ghosts.
water to turn the frogs out.
Well, I do that all the time anyway.
But since Bob Iger himself published this, it really makes me wonder, what he left out of that, Well, if he's okay with letting that slip.
Well, the question is it a slip or is it intentional that he said it too? It doesn't seem like you don't get to be the CEO of Disney by slipping, typically. I mean, I have met, believe it or not, some CEOs though, and they have had multi-million-dollar companies and have still not been that impressive once you get to know them. I love the one that let slip that he was an incredibly wealthy guy. To those of us who were making ends meet, and to those of us who were on the charitable donations for food as a winter project, as a tax write-off for our company, like, wow, dude, that was pretty slick. So I'm not saying that really smart businessmen cannot make some pretty dumb mistakes.
Yay, friends.
Of course, some of them are just lucky.
In this month's update, you will be able to choose your item co-op.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What happens if... Can you, actually fight the people you're co-oping with?
No.
Okay. Is it like a vote or something? Or how does that work?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, there's probably enough matches around where you can just get in.
It may just be a separate playlist depending on which side you choose.
Item
Flankers are no doubt
Because right now you can only
perfect
play
defenses
the
by
attacking
now.
team.
Get ready for new orders.
Like,
I kind of like that better, actually.
but I don't know. Co-op as the defenders I think would be fun too. You're holding off an invasion.
Well,
I hope you know what you're doing.
well, that kind of worked.
I do
You know what
kill
they say? Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Yeah. What is, yeah.
I have the force, punk!
If Bob Iger is willing to say that this happened with George, what?
What other kind of thing are they?
Not telling us.
Well, the other end is maybe they're coming clean on it because they're trying to say, hey, you did make some pretty crappy decisions. We're still your friends here at Disney. We'll be honest with you, which we all don't think they will be, but what the heck?
That's
done
how it's
already.
done, brothers.
Well, you joined in the middle of the
Mission
match.
was
Well,
still
yeah.
separate as a droid production.
I was like, what? Hold up.
Because that does happen where people go, you know what? If we just admit our mistakes and apologize, maybe they'll love us still. Kind of like, hey, Clinton made a career of that.
Yeah.
He'd get up there crying like a big hillbilly. My mama told me I shouldn't be lying to you people or cheating on my wife, but sometimes I just can't help myself, and I'm so sorry. And throw a few tears out, and everyone go, ooh, that's so sad.
I want a cheese slice, though.
Well, maybe we can make that happen. Where Trump, on the other hand, will lie to your face and not apologize. You're like, no, I'm going to double down on the lie. Screw it. And they all hate him for it. It's like, you know, the initial problem of them lying is the real big issue here, not how they handle their lies. You know, not how they're trying to manipulate you. It's just that they're trying to manipulate you. That's
Should I go for assault?
It's up to you.
B. It's aggressive. I don't like this new gun, so I'm going to use this one.
Alright. Hey, I'm for that, because I really
That
want to see what,
sucks.
I want to see what the explosive looks like on it, so I'm pretty
Well,
excited.
you
don't
didn't
have
get
it
the
yet.
explosive.
That's what I mean. That's why I want to see him use it so he can get the explosive.
I'll try to shoot people with my bang bang pew pew.
Do what you want to do.
Since it's
You will do it anyway.
It's YouTube, so I'll use my combustion-based projectile launcher on them.
Look, I'm getting money.
Yeah.
I've
That's still
already said
ridiculous.
enough things to get me demonetized.
5 times over.
Every 5 minutes I say something.
I think
you know.
I think in this stream alone we've said enough things to get it kicked off the channel in general.
I average 2 demonetizations every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's without anyone else talking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should be proud of that or not, but I kind of am.
Yeah. Tickled.
One player needed. That's what I worry about. If they try and make too many differences, you're going to be sitting there waiting for a player. And waiting and waiting and waiting. Nice shoes.
I feel like for a mode like this, the
Way to
minimum
go, Mr.
amount.
Wolfpack.
Oh, that's hot.
I think for a mode like this, the minimum amount of players should be 1.
Well,
Oh, that's hot.
I think you should have a wait, and then do you want to go ahead and let people vote? You know, because there's 3 of you and you want to go ahead missing one, why not? Honestly, if you're good enough, one of you could do it and carry the rest of the bots.
You bought. Insert elevator music here.
We're gonna wait, no, that's not elevator music. Yay! It's time to murder, kids! It's like going back to school. Oh, whoops.
Yep, that would be a channel ban.
Actually, it's funny, on my other channel, New World Disorder, I've actually basically said, this is why you're getting this. Don't go out and do it, because it's suicide. That's what you're doing. If you're going to commit suicide, you're already being a selfish prick. Why are you going to be bigger selfish jerk and actually hurt other people in the process? We've all had enough of you. Just finish it at home, please.
Yeah,
However,
DIY.
it'd be better if you got some help for it, you know, but if you're really set on doing it, I'm not going to stop you. Just don't take everyone else out.
Sometimes I wonder why we haven't been kicked off of YouTube yet.
Because no one watches our channel. At least mine. But in all seriousness, I mean, when you think about it, it's like, I would prefer people not to commit suicide. As far as I'm concerned, you have a life to use and enjoy, and there are going to be bad parts, but you know what?
Maybe just don't have kids, because we don't want a second one of you that much, but one's alright. Is that harsh?
Well, with all that depressing stuff, why don't we talk about...
Minecraft.
No. How about we talk about good things happening with Star Wars?
Actually, strangely, That's not too far out of the realm, because those two conversations actually became one in my head. Because, and this is something I'm going to show you later, it's not for this show so much. There is
Give me them nose, boy!
Minecraft that I want to show you guys, because it is freaking phenomenal. It's like one of my favorite free Minecraft maps.
Mods.
The mod, actually, it's a full-on mod. It's just... It's totally splendid! I love it!
Give me your toes, boy!
What are you doing? Turning into Mort on us?
Intense Mort.
Let's look at your button toes anymore.
But let's talk about good Star Wars news.
First stage done, boys.
Because I think we had enough depressing stuff for today.
But I love
It looks like you're
depression.
canning Ryan Johnson's new trilogy.
Well,
Because I haven't seen anything that says it's going forward other than Ryan Johnson, which doesn't make me believe it's happening. Oh, Mandalorian!
yeah.
Oh, that is... I haven't gotten to see anything recently, but it looks like they're going to do it well. So
Wait,
far,
that's illegal.
I mean, they've got people who seem to know what they're doing running it.
That's also illegal.
They've got people who care about it, people who have made good Star Wars in the past. Not someone who's made the last Airbender movie.
Ouch. That hit.
Your commercial or something. Anyway, sorry, we gotta stop bagging on that. I gotta get onto it. So yeah, Mandalorian looks like it could be real impressive.
Oh,
Like,
God!
dude,
That's coming out next month, I think.
so here's the thing: all the good things coming out on Disney. Like, will they be in one place, or are we gonna have to get like 5 services?
They should be all in one thing.
5 surfaces it is.
One of the things I worry about, because Netflix is already doing this themselves, they're putting premium content onto their channel where Netflix used to just sell their channel. And that worries me, because Disney has always been about grabbing premium cash where they can find it. So I'm worried that they're going to go, oh yeah, here's $14 a month to get Disney, and you can pay $3 extra a month to get these things. Like, because that is a totally Disney thing to do. So I'm a little worried about that. However, I think I'm going to be just going to the library and finishing off Pebble, because I was really pissed off that halfway through the second season, they decided, oh yeah, that's actually the full season right there, because that was pretty tacky. And people wonder why Disney's so hated sometimes, you know? It's like... Anyway, I probably shouldn't bag on Disney much more, but God, they're such an easy target.
They're like the retarded kid that doesn't get shot at school.
You know what they're like sometimes? They're like every evil corporation in a movie ever.
Probably in their own movies, too.
Yeah, especially theirs. See, we say corporations are bad, that makes us good, right?
You're still a corporation.
You still act the way... Well, that's the thing. I've worked in a lot of business situations. There are a lot of great corporations.
Like
if
for
they're done
instance,
right.
like for instance in Wall-E, you know, you have that one big corporation that took over everything.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to do.
By and Large. That was the name of the corporation in Wall-E. And that was a Pixar film. Until Disney bought it.
No, that was after Disney bought it.
No,
dude.
that's what I mean, though. It's a Pixar film, but it's not Pixar anymore because Disney bought it.
But no, I'm saying it was made.
Yes, I understand that it was after, Shay. What I'm trying to say is Pixar was before Disney on its own, and then Disney bought it. Kind of like that Marvel thing. And then Disney bought Marvel, too. And then that. And then this, you know, like they just keep buying every damn thing. Which I keep having to think, how is that legal? Aren't there monopoly laws or something to prevent this?
Not if there's enough money for the people who control them.
Well, that's...
Come back here!
On the
Jeremy.
other hand, here's the thing that really bugs me the most about. Okay, so YouTube wants to try and control us all, and they're willing to start losing money. If YouTube isn't careful, and it's very likely they won't be, one of our biggest and best commodities for the world to kind of keep our social dominance on things is going to fall apart because they're worried about some, dopey person's, feelings when 98% of the country could care less, So I'm thinking about, like, say, what if someone in India made a YouTube-like company? By sheer population alone, they could have more advertising dollars leaving our country because YouTube is upset that someone did something in a foreign country. Like tried to use the force to get rid of, evil communists or something. And that country will go, fine, you don't need YouTube. Because eventually someone's going to say that about Star Wars, and they're like, fine, you don't want to make good Star Wars movies? We'll watch Star Wars. Whoa!
Happens to be on there. Sucks to be you.
You played the objective into the hole. That sounds like a bizarre statement.
Sounds exciting. Give me those kills, boy. We're gonna play Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to point out, because this was
All right then.
back when
Nothing
Michael
too
Eisner was
fancy.
CEO of Disney. He was the one that most people were complaining about. If you look at the Bloom Counties from the time, Mickey Mouse,
Lovely.
Uh,
All smiling.
Bloom County had Mortimer Mouse, and he was talking about how Michael Eisner was making Little Mermaids with pronounced boobs, and Michael Eisner bit a chunk of his ear off and stuff like that in a fight. Just these bizarre kind of things. But in truth, Disney at the time still at least was under the idea of if we produce a really good product, people will be willing to pay for it because it's a really good product. And, people are like, oh, it's soulless and it's horrible. You know what? No one really thinks this much about it, but Walt Disney did have plans. He wanted to make a TV network. Walt Disney wanted to make it to where there was an animated movie coming out every year. He wanted real live action studios for him. He wanted a ton of stuff, so these expansions and so forth are not out of the question for what Disney wanted. And the idea was to make a great product, and when they didn't make great products, because they, believe me, made some pretty crappy products over the years, they learned and they changed. And I'm wondering if this new CEO, or Bob, the CEO, his new statement of, you know what, George didn't like this idea, might be his, admitting to we need to change direction. Even if I don't agree with the change of direction, this is what the fans need to see on the goes. So, sometimes things work right, and I'm hoping they do.
Kevin Feige, the guy behind the head of Marvel Studios and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is making a Star Wars film now, so that may be a step in the right direction.
Really hopeful about that. Oh god, you're just blind firing right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I was.
That's awesome. I love a good meat grinder like that.
Comrade, we are victorious for the mother.
Alright, take a pass this over your bra. What's up, bra?
Hey, hi.
Okay, why don't you roll back so your brother
Yeah.
can see.
It's not Walmart, but okay.
Roll back those prices.
The
Whoa. Chicken breasts.
Oh yeah.
That's juicy, breast boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I.
Yeah. We also got the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show coming.
In honor of that, we're gonna have to pull out the Obi-Wan Kenobi Xbox game, because that's a brilliant game. Believe it or not, Twitch actually had a subsection for it.
Huh.
I don't know how.
No, I'm playing it, of course. And it wouldn't let me do a miscellaneous thing. You had to have your specific game in. I found that kind of annoying. Like, can't I just do Star Wars? It's a Star Wars themed game show, but I don't want to constantly have to change out my stupid thing to say, oh, and by the way, it's going to be this Star Wars game, like, constantly. I might, I'm going to put it into my notes, but come on, man. So what I'm wondering, so we got Feige moving over to the Star Wars universe.
Well, moving over, I think he's still gonna do Marvel stuff.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, at least I hope so, because I think Feige is one of the big reasons why the MCU is so successful. Because he actually cared. He actually cares about Marvel. He actually cares about Star Wars. He actually cares.
Well, honestly, we have to put it forward here. When I was a kid, Black Panther was like a favored comic for me. Like, how do I put it? I didn't actively seek out a ton of comics. There were a few I did, but of the Marvels, I did like Black Panther as a character. I was always happy to see him, team up. I wasn't really that interested in seeing the Black Panther movie because they were playing how great of a movie it was because of the script. A lot of it, they were playing it as a great movie because we have a black crew and cast, which I'm kind of like... That wasn't like a big turn-on for me. Like, well, I certainly want most of the cast and crew, or cast to be black because obviously they are. You go to Wakanda and it's not like, Swiss colony or something. But in the same regard, I wasn't that enthused about it, especially when I saw the previews and it looked like the girls were dominating the lines. It's like they got this, great actor, and they're not letting him say crap. He's like, yeah, I know, and that's all he says. Like, dude. So I have to see the film and get through it. Captain Marvel, I'm really afraid to watch.
Who knows? They may be great movies, but the politics surrounding them just makes us not want to watch them.
And the thing is, the Star Wars did that in the last movie. It's like, one of the great things Hitchcock did with Psycho was set up Psycho for when you went to the theater and saw it, you were amped for it in the right way. Actually, more to the point, he set it up to where you were amped in the wrong way, which made it that much more horrifying. But to say, hey, we don't like you, fans, is not really a great way to amp me up to see anything. Hey, we don't care what you think, because you're not what we care about. Like, okay, then you want me to care about your thing because of why? Because I don't. That's dumb. If I were to say, hey, I don't care if you're black and want to watch this show. I don't need you. Well, that's all fine and good, but I had better expect that people who care about that are going to think I'm a big jerk. And it's like, come on, man. You act that way and then you expect us to want to support you? No, it doesn't work. I don't know how anyone told these people this is the way to market your film, but honestly, reminds me of, I think I told you about this time there was that British jeweler company, and the guy is all like, yeah, our products are just cheap garbage. And the company failed pretty much instantly. That's kind of what they're doing. They're kind of like saying, you have to be an idiot to shop here. Don't come watch a Star Wars film. We're not interested in you. We don't care about you.
Of course, I guess some men just want to watch the fandom burn.
What I find really weird about it is the number of... How do I put it? If someone said that about women in Star Wars, I'd be like, no, I don't want to see them turn off from Star Wars, because, you know, I've got a wife. I care about her. I'd like her to enjoy the films. If someone said, hey, you know... That is my dog in the background, by the way, if you're wondering. I don't know what she's up to. She's been a little sinusy lately. But, you know, there's that idea of if you have, say, how do I put it? Like one of my Asian friends, or one of my black friends, or Mexican, or whatever. And it's like, someone says, hey, you know, we don't care what Mexicans think. It's like, well, that's all fine and dandy, but that's kind of a jerk way of advertising your film. I'm not sure if I care about what you think anymore. I don't want to watch your film if you're going to be rude to these people. I mean, at the very least, they're citizens of our country, and on that level, I don't want to see people be rude to them. How that became acceptable is beyond me. So, you know, I think Disney's first and foremost job is to sell entertainment for money. And if all you can produce is a bunch of hate for money, nah, no one's going to want to pay for that. So, really hopeful that the forces that made Marvel just crap, or not Marvel, but that made Star Wars just crap on the last one film, by the way. They aren't the ones that are going to be left in charge of the MCU, because that would really suck. Wow, that was just brutal. And I look over those things, I'm just like, dude. I can't even begin to think of a time in my life where I thought, hey, you know what the best marketing ploy you got is? Tell your fan group base they suck. They're not worth listening to. I mean, traditionally, sci-fi has been guy territory, but you know what? If girls want to get in, that's fine. If they have to rip it all apart to fit girls in, then it's not really sci-fi anymore. It's probably something else like drama.
And so honestly, to think that girls can't like sci-fi the way it is seems more sexist, honestly.
Yeah, sorry girls, you're not going to get this because you're a little damn is not really a great statement to girls either. You know, one of the things I'd like to point out, the people who wrote fan mail to Star Trek in the 60s were mostly girls. And most of their letters went to Mr. Spock, of all things, who was not Mr. Emotional, you know.
In fact, the sci-fi fan fiction community had a lot of women as well. In fact,
it was mostly women for Star Wars again.
Yeah.
A lot of the zine writers at the time were women. Actually, that was true well up into the 80s.
In fact,
most of them were.
In fact, it was a woman that coined the term Mary Sue.
Yeah, well. Everyone likes a good Mary Sue. Except for Yoda. Yoda would kick. Hey, Luke, or Shaquille. Yoda will kick your Mary Sue butt and make fun of you for being a Mary Sue on top of it. J.K. Rowling. Yeah, he's talking to you. Symbot for Hermione briefly. Yeah. Except for the butt teeth. You can bet that originally in our first concert, you might actually with Rowling's work, I think a lot of it takes out her anxiety, so she probably wasn't a Mary Sue on that one, but could have been. You know, Princess Leia, I think, with George Lucas was a Mary Sue. Especially the no bras in space thing.
Well, the thing about a Mary Sue is that they usually have little to no character of their own.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure if that applies. Because at least Leia is an actual character.
It depends which movie you get her. If you notice, she got much softer and kind of duller as Return of the Jedi went forward, and unfortunately that was more of Carrie's drugs taking care of her other health issues. She actually lost some, lines and stuff to that because her head was getting a little mush.
Still, like, she didn't get her way all the time because the plot demanded it.
Well, the other end of it is also George Lucas is a guy, so for him to write a Mary Sue character would be pretty awkward if the character was a girl.
And yet somehow, J.J. Abrams and Ryan Johnson managed to do just that.
Well, I don't know how to say this, but Johnson's kind of a soy boy, so him having a lot of feminine feelings does not surprise me. Some guys are feminists because they want to see women get equal treatment. I can get behind that. He's a feminist because he feels like a woman, I think. That's a little awkward there, Ryan. Just admit it. Put on the dress, be okay with it. I don't mind. Be what you are, man. Just live the way you want to be. So which Mary Sue character do you think is most Ryan Johnson? Admiral? I don't think it's Leia. I'm thinking it might be Rose, actually.
Well,
that way
Rose,
Ryan can sit there going, I'm not a pretty girl, but I'm wonderful.
Yeah, probably Rose, since she's the preachiest.
Yeah. So, in reality, if you look at The Last Jedi, TLJ, Rose is Ryan Johnson's Mary Sue. Ryan Johnson pictures himself as a kind of chubby, annoying, preachy Asian man. A little weird. I was happy to see an Asian woman in it, though, because it really is kind of weird when it just started out and everyone was kind of white.
Too bad it was used for that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I look at and have to say that's too bad. One of the things that bothered me was, and it has bothered me. You can look through all my old videos, you'll see it.
At least our first Asian guys in Star Wars were badass.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, okay, so here we got Lando, and this is something that's always bothered me. How come the only black women in Star Wars are playing aliens? Where did Lando come from? Didn't see one. Oh, but then we finally get a black woman in the Star Wars video game, this one in particular, and what happens throughout the whole game?
And she's not black, dude.
She isn't?
She's like Indian.
Oh. I'd say she gets progressively lighter through the game. I couldn't tell if she was black or not. I guess I just don't look hard enough, I guess. Are you sure she's not?
But I looked up the actress, and she's in.
Well, what's
And
that?
her appearance is based entirely on the actress. And we did get the black lady in Solo, who I'm pretty sure is an actual woman, who died in like the first 30 minutes of the film. And, like,
Okay, yeah. So there explains how Lando was born. That's Lando's mom, maybe.
Maybe.
Better be. I don't know any other black woman in the whole series. It makes no sense. Maybe it's like the Ferengi. Maybe they keep them all naked or something. I don't know.
Time is running out. Secure the sector immediately.
Certainly a lot more attractive than the Ferengi women. At least there's the advantage of aesthetic.
In these games, you can play as a generic black lady.
Yay! You know, I find this really ironic. Okay, so this is obviously not Lucas's problem, and he's like married to a black lady, so it's kind of like how this came to pass. I don't know, but like, think about all the pretty women that have been hired to play aliens, and a lot of them are black, and it's kind of like, couldn't you just use them as a normal human character? Because we're really kind of sadly lacking on those. But, whatever. It's their call. Kind of reminds me like though when Halle Berry gave her speech, you know, like she's standing up there and Hollywood's all congratulating themselves, and I'm thinking, that's all fine and dandy, but you kind of forgot something.
She's only half black.
Yeah, and there were plenty of great opportunities for Oscar winners other than her from years past. My personal one is Whoopi Goldberg. I think she should have had an Oscar, but you know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the movie Color Purple. And movies, by the way, are related to Star Wars because they're movies, though it's a much further relationship than we normally go for. So yeah, I mean, it's not like. And hey, it's Whoopi Star Trek, which makes your sci-fi case.
I hope she makes an appearance in the new Picard series, honestly.
I think she's going to. I think they gave her a little amount of leeway to where it was worth her time to do it. You want to pass over? You know, you think about these things, there's kind of a, I don't know. I just...
Anyway.
That was a strange bit of rambling, I'm sure, but... you know, you get to that idea, and... You know, if... For that... Because Marvel was always good for that. They didn't need social justice warriors. They always had great female characters who were strong. They always had, you know, characters that are called minorities because they're strong.
Heck, even the old expanded universe of Star Wars had that a lot.
Actually, it did it better than the current ones. I don't know what...
Like, you know, like Jan and Jedi Outcast, for instance.
Jan and Jedi Outcast, she was good.
Lando
Calrissian's girlfriend, the Pirate Queen, she was badass.
Yeah, but like, and Jan was Asian. An
However,
Asian
she had
woman who
those
was an
creepy
action.
little teeth that most Asian women don't have.
Yeah, but that's game graphics.
It's a
Come on.
joke.
But, you know, an
You sure she
Asian
was in part Ferengi?
no, an Asian woman and that's an actual character in Star Wars.
What? No.
Uh,
Rose was a character, and she was an actual character. She was actually quite a bad character, to be honest.
an actual good character who actually accomplished something, who actually accomplished things that were useful. Just accomplished things.
Well, here's the thing. You know what? I don't really want to bag on the actress too much who played Rose.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
Because
talking.
I think about back to...
This is-
Well, hold on. Let me finish my sentence. I don't want to bag on her because a lot of the stuff is not her choices. Think back to Phantom Menace. And think about the damage it did to that poor kid playing the part of young Anakin.
Yeah. Please,
So don't go write a bunch of nasty crap to her.
yeah. Please do not attack any of the actors for any of this. It's not their fault. It's the writing. Come on, people. It's
Actually, one of my favorite things, the Honest trailer that showed a comparison between Luke and Anakin. And, you know, Luke whines something, Anakin whines something. You're like, oh my god, that was an actual choice. Mind blown. Because, really, I caught that. I mean, I was watching, like, I can see where they make Anakin whining because Luke is whiny. Just Hayden didn't pull it off as well as Hamill, which...
But honestly, I think at some point they should give Hayden a second chance. I honestly do, because I think with better writing, I think he can do better.
I'm not sure how I feel on that one, honestly. I'm... How do I put it? A little leery of what they might be doing with their stuff. Homing shot. You haven't pulled that out in a while. Let's see. Blast Command, improvised version of Battle Command that gives unlimited blaster cooling. Diffuser. You know, one of the things about the officer is no one ever stands next to you when you're the officer, it feels like.
That's what I've learned, that you have to go to them.
Yeah. As a leader, you will need to follow. That's kind of the... Man, I want to play another round of this because it actually makes my stuff go up. Though I do like playing with other actual people from time to time that are against me. I might just have to do that. Because we're at, you know, that point of where there's two people waiting.
We might just want to be done soon.
Yeah, maybe we should just be done. Because we've talked a lot. If there's anything you want us to talk about further or play in the future, please leave it in the commentaries. Thank you for watching, my friends, and goats out. Huh.
That you missed it. It's just it keeps getting cut off.